Hello. Get my setup set up. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Still trying to get it right. Hello, Mitchell. Hello. Hello, the shadow. Hello, hello, hello. Come on in. Join me. Hang out with me for a few minutes. Hello. Hi, Mitchell. How are you? Michelle, I'm sorry. My phone screen's about this big. It's late. My eyes not that great. Hello. Anna, the stylist, and Michelle, thanks for joining me. I promise I'm gonna try to be brief, but hey, hello, is that Heed? Hello, thanks for joining me. I promise I'm gonna try to be brief. I even got a timer for myself because I can be long-winded. I don't know. Once I start talking about a certain subject that I'm passionate about, I will go on and on and on. But stop me if I get redundant, please. Last night I was talking about the fact that I was upset with someone yesterday because they asked me to give them an hour and a half of my time, and I agreed without asking enough questions. So I was upset because I felt like they stole my time. But in actuality, I gave it away because I didn't ask the right questions. So tonight I talked to that person, and this is a client of mine. I'm a freelance artist. I'm a freelance artist part-time, and he wanted me to do a portrait for him. So in doing that portrait, we've been talking, so we've been meeting a lot. And sometimes we eat during those meetings. And because I can pick up on people's aura, so to speak, I could tell this guy was starting to have feelings for me, or he's wanting more than I'm willing to give. And so I told him that this is only a friendship, a business relationship. It can't be anything more than that. Okay. So even though he heard me say that, to him, that's not what I meant. I didn't mean that to him. To him, he thought I was saying, we can't be friends right now, but perhaps sometime we can't be in a relationship right now, but perhaps sometime in the future, maybe it's a possibility. In my mind, what I said is we can only be friends. But to him, it didn't convey like that. Even though he said, I heard you say that. He didn't really believe that's what it was. You know how people say read between the lines? I didn't leave any lines to read between. So now his feelings are hurt because I had to reiterate, men hear what they want to hear. Exactly. Now I have to reiterate what I'm actually saying and how I actually feel, because he's starting to make plans again for us. And I'm like, hold on, that's something a couple would do. We're not a couple, you're my client. This is a business relationship. I don't mind being your friend, but I most certainly don't want to be your companion. Okay, so we're having this conversation. Exactly. Slow down. That's exactly what I was saying. Like, I'm over here. It's so true. It's like, if you think about it, I believe I've probably done that to someone in my lifetime of meeting people. You know how you go out and you'd be like, oh, we just friends. Matter of fact, I kind of forced a guy into a relationship, back a while ago, some years ago. I forced a guy into a relationship he was saying, oh, girl, we just kicking it, I'd be like, what we doing? He was like, we kicking it. What you mean? So kicking it to me was like, yeah, we kicking it now. But exactly. We kicking it now. But later, you going to be my dude, So, right? That's the purpose, of being honest and upfront. He said, we just kicking it. In my mind, I'm like, yeah, we kicking it, but you gonna be my man. You know, I'm planning, I'm scheming, doing things to say, kicking it now, but my man later. So I kind of eventually forced this guy into a relationship that he didn't want to be in. And in that, he stepped out and saw other women because I put him in a position, exactly, claiming before the claim. I put him in a position that he didn't want to be in. He just didn't know how to tell me he didn't want to be in that position. So I had to deal with the consequence of getting my feelings hurt, hearing people say, he was kicking it with somebody else. I'm thinking, wait a minute, we kicking it. Well, maybe, so he's kicking it with her, and I already know what my idea is kicking it exactly. I know what my idea of kicking it is, So now I'm going through this same situation, and it's extremely important to be honest with people up front. Like if you go out on a date with somebody and you're not feeling them and you really don't want to go out on a date with them again, it's okay to say, you know what, I had a good time, but this is going no further than this right here. Us sitting at this table having a conversation about whatever. I think you're cute, or maybe I don't think you're cute. Whatever it is, be honest up front. So there is this much room for error. You see that? Zero room for error. Well, good. I'm glad it's happened because I'm in this position where even though I said we're just friends, this is a business relationship. I don't mind hanging out with you. I don't mind you sharing contacts so I can get more business. In his mind, he's like, I think she's smart. She's attractive. Even though she said she don't want a relationship, I want one. So I'm going to keep pursuing her as if she never said that to me. So even though I was honest, that honesty got him nowhere. Now his feelings are hurt because he didn't take my word as what it was. And we do that to people. We force people into relationships. He think you don't know what you want. Exactly. I know exactly what I want, and it wasn't him. Not in that way, you're cool to hang out with, but I don't want to be your companion and eventually wife. He's a very nice guy, but that's not what I'm looking for. And I'm certain that that's not what I'm looking for. So it's so important to be honest, if you meet a guy, and before I got married, I'm divorced now, but before I got married, no, it was after I got divorced, my male friends would set me up on dates, right? My male friends would set me up on dates. That was a problem right there. Letting my male friends set me up. They set me up on dates where the guys were like horrible dates. And I thought, am I a horrible friend? But these guys, one particular guy, we go out and we're sitting at a bar and we're having drinks, and I'm trying to think of conversation, the conversation's not there. So I don't know if you've done this before. I say, I got to use the bathroom. I go to the bathroom and I call my girlfriend, say, emergency, I need you to get me out of here, And she's like, what's the problem? I'm like, this dude is boring. Now, I could have told him that, instead of bringing somebody else into the equation, So I'm like, get me out of here. And, I get back 5 minutes later. Oh, what? No, stay right there. I'll be right there, And I'm like, you know what? I've had a good time. I appreciate you bringing me out, but I got to go. And I'm lying because I think this guy's boring when I just could have said, you know what? This isn't working. Can we just get the tab, take care of the tab and go? But we will sit through a horrible situation because we're trying to spare somebody's feelings. Now, granted, especially it's like a blind date, you don't want to upset somebody and then he, because his feelings hurt. At times we gotta feel them out to see if they're capable of hurting us, if they could take a loss and keep running. But honesty is so important. I know so many people who get into relationships, especially us women, we will be hanging out with a guy and that's right, don't spare them feelings. We'll be hanging out with a guy and he'd be like, "Oh girl, this is so much fun. I like you so." They be pounding us. "You so cool." It's good to be honest, but the way you handled it was best. Thank you, dear. I appreciate that. He probably heard other women. This guy, when I say he was planning my life, he was planning my life. Like he was like, "Oh, I'm going to do this for you. And I've got this plan for you." And I was like, "Slow down, Cujo. Hold on, Kimo Sabi. Wait. This is 'tis the season for government. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. But I'm like, "Kimo Sabi, hold on. Time out. Wait a minute." Wait, was he African? No, I don't know. I don't think he's African. But he was going so fast. And I'm like, wait a minute. How did me drawing a portrait of you turn into us going to, another state, spending a week together? Wait, hold on. Time out. I don't even like you like that. Okay. That ain't even how I'm looking at you. So I'm like, wait a minute. Hold on. Okay. Let's regroup. Let me know I said, what are your intentions? Because some way, somehow, there's been some miscommunication. It's the truth, though, honey. Michelle, it's true. This is very true. I'm like, somehow there's been some hold up, swole up. Exactly. I'm like, there's been some type of miscommunication, or if you have misinterpreted something that I've said, and I need to clarify everything so there's zero room for error and for miscommunication. I need you to understand that we're right here. We're friends. We can hang out. We can, after I'm done with your portrait, if you can recommend, some friends, give my card to some friends, I'd love it. Thank you. But us going on a trip to the Bahamas together, I don't know you like that. Out the country, am I coming back? You got a dungeon down there for me where you gonna make me some kind of sex slave? I don't know you like that. You can't be playing in my life like that. So this is what, yes, Russia. I'm like, what is it? What is the problem? Oh, you know what, Michelle? Another issue was he's an elderly gentleman. He is an elderly gentleman. When I say elderly, he is grandfather elderly. So yes, much older. And I'm like, he probably thinking about, I ain't got too much time left. I need to catch it and get it caught, get it together quick, and go about my business. Though maybe when I was, you guys are funny, but thank you. Yes, his clock is ticking. He's trying to get it in quick, He's trying to get everything taken care of quickly, before his time is gone. Now, in my younger days, I might have exactly. In my younger days, I might have done the Anna Nicole thing, made sure I was in the wheel and clear. This says I get the money right here. He signed it. We videotaped it. He said he was in his right mind. He put his hand on the Bible. He put his hand on the Quran. He put his hand on the Torah. He put his hand on Buddha. So we good in all them. No. No. Absolutely not. But in my younger days, when I didn't know any better, I may have considered it. I'm older and I'm wiser. I know better, and now I'm going to do better. So it just was too old for sex. Just naps. Exactly. It just was the situation just got uncomfortable, where I'm like, hold on, sir. we got to take a time out. I don't want to be in a relationship with you. I just, I'm reconsidering the fact that you can handle just being friends. Because if you take me saying we're just friends, as, yeah, we friends now, but you're going to be my lover later. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. I need you to understand that what I said is what it is and what it's always going to be. If I thought that maybe there was something there, I would have relayed that. Nope. Nothing. You're right. And we discussed that tonight, that the possibility that I can't even be your friend because you can't separate the two. You can't separate your feelings from this friendship or business partnership. So what do? He ain't ready. Like, he ain't ready. No, he is ready. He just ready to sign them papers. He got the death. He got what's his name? The crypt keeper on his left shoulder. He trying to hurry up and get as much in as he can. But I ain't the one. That's not me. I can't do that for you. I can't help you in that area, sir. He's looking for a wife ASAP. You are absolutely right. I'm not the one. I'm going to pass on that. I'm like, okay, you want a wife? I ain't it. Okay, so I don't want to be that person, it's just hard. How we got Valentine's Day coming up too, and people trying to get with somebody. I love me. I can take myself out, I can have flowers delivered, be like, oh girl, you so sweet. You know what? This is my favorite flower. I know how to entertain myself, Well, you let him know that's good. Well, exactly. It's just communication. I think it's so important to communicate with people, even with your friends. If they do something or say something that you don't agree with or understand, I think there's always a way to convey how you feel about a certain thing without being super offensive. You can just be honest about it. I think it's just, we all too often, we don't communicate. Like, even in relationships, if we, 2 years ago, single for me, I can enjoy myself. Yes, I am so that way. Like, I think I'm fun to hang out with. And I'd be like, if I can hang out with me and have fun, most certainly I can hang out with somebody else and have fun, But I'm good with just me. But the idea of communication, we just don't. Even just being friends with someone, if our feelings change and theirs don't, and we see them with somebody else, we get offended because we didn't communicate that our feelings have changed. We expect them to just assume or know because we do things differently. And they're still thinking we're just friends, and we hurt ourselves in that way. So, I mean, this is, I like to say I enjoy a lot of my life experiences because I learned something. Life teaches you a lot of stuff if you let it. Some things don't feel so good, but for the most part, life is such an awesome teacher when it comes to how to deal with, ourselves and other people. Because, like I said, I start sensing that this guy was moving right along as if we were in a relationship. And I'm thinking, hold on, where we going with this? Where is this going? Where's this going? And in relationships, even when we're in relationships, if you have to ask the person where the relationship is going, you might want to get out that relationship, because that should be communicated from the jump. I'm not a habitual dater. And the next time I do date, I'm stating up front, look, I'm getting old, okay? I'm getting older. I'm not looking for somebody just to hang out with, because I can do that with anybody. My long-term goal is to get married. I want to date or court, or however you want to say it. I want to court you to see if you are husband material. I need you to court me to see if I'm wife material and I'm what you want and you're what I want. If we good with that, we move on to the next chapter. If not, we can leave. We can just let it go and be like, hey, it didn't work out. Maybe we can be friends. Maybe we can. You can move on. But you have to communicate at every step, because if I hate to see people say, I don't know where this relationship is going. Why not? Why do you have to answer that question? That means somebody's not talking. You thinking it's going one direction, and perhaps he's thinking another, and you're not talking to each other. So now you in Wonderland, and if you haven't stated that you wanted more than just a friendship, especially if you giving him the cookies and milk, then he feeling like, well, what I need to make a commitment for? I'm getting the best. I'm getting the goods already. Cookies for free. Why I got to commit to it, So we just have to think about, if you ever in a relationship and you have to be you're the one that says, where is this going? You might want to find that information out. And if it's not where you want to go, it's very well okay to end the relationship right there. Hey, milk without milking. Exactly. Exactly. You getting all the benefits without the responsibility. That's what I told my ex, who is trying to get back. He's like, hey, when we gonna get you? When can I have a hug? And I say, a hug? What kind of hug you talking about? We could shake hands, fist bump. Hey, other than that, I know his intentions. Even though he's not clearly stating them, I know what he wants. And I'm like, nah, brother, that's not where I'm going. I'm not going that direction. No, thank you. I've been there, done that. It was what it was. It ain't what it ain't, and it's never going to be what you think it can be. Right? No hugs. No hugs. Don't come. This right here, this personal space, I'm going to need you not to be in it. You get punched in that personal space, right? You stay out of my personal space. But I just wanted to share with you guys tonight about my experience about this communication thing. It's like we have to communicate. Like we have to talk it out. I need to know your intentions up front. You need to know mine. Because we also talked about I don't do long distance dating. I went to visit my mother last month, and she lives in Alabama. So there's a guy who approached me. He was like, hey, can I get your number? I was like, no. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm like, no, I live in Texas and I don't do long distance relationships. And if you want to talk, let's do it right now so I can know what you want. You can see what I want, and then let's move on, because I don't want to waste my time or yours. What's the point? I don't do long distance relationships because you're not accessible. If I decide that I want to go out to dinner tonight, I have to go, exactly. If I want to go out to dinner tonight to a special restaurant or whatever, I can't go with you, who I would like to go with, because you're not around. Exactly. It sucks. It's frustrating, because you can't see that person. You can't be around them. And I think when it comes to getting to know someone, you have to be in their presence, because people give out vibes, this aura, this energy that is constantly being emitted from them. Me too. I was, it's a part of the reason why I'm not married now. But people give off this energy, and you look at people's eyes, what they're saying, their body language. I need to see all of this stuff when we're communicating. Over the phone, you can't, you can hear sometimes what they're doing, but you can't really assess that person just over the phone. You can get some information, but not a lot. But when they're in your presence, you can get lots of information. Plus, I want to see what you're like outside of your element, outside of your comfort zone. And then I want to see what you're like inside of your comfort zone. Can I handle you when you're where you're comfortable? Can I handle that person? Are you the same person in every situation? I want to know if it's 2 yous or more. I want to know who I'm dealing with, and I need to be in your presence to know that. you know. I was given the example about the guy who always talked about my legs. I went out with a guy a couple times back. Oh, this is probably at least 15 years ago. And he would always compliment. I was living in Memphis at the time. Dr. Jekyll, exactly. I was living in Memphis at the time, and it was summertime, and I would wear, shorts. And he would be like, "Oh, your legs are so pretty." Now, after about the third and fourth time he said that, I thought, what my legs got to do with anything? Like, okay, you like legs or something? That would always be a part of the conversation. And I thought, okay, this guy likes the outside. He's really not interested in what's inside or what's underneath the legs. He can't get past the legs. So I know he can't, have a real intellectual conversation because the legs got him stumped, So when you're talking to someone, they keep bringing up a particular subject, it's something that they're interested in or they're concerned about, or that's what they're thinking about most. If they're asking you intellectual questions or they're trying to see what your philosophy is on certain situations or certain things, that's good. Exactly. He just stuck on my legs like, "Ooh, your legs are so pretty." And I thought, okay, their legs, how they supposed to look, But you want a guy who's going to entertain, have conversations that are intellectual, that are educational, that are funny. You want a well-rounded conversation, and not just about a particular subject. Because, it can easily slide, and most times it does easily slide into a sexual conversation. It just kind of sneak right on up in there. It'd be a joke at first, like, "Ooh, girl, them legs, so you got some pretty legs." Ha ha ha, what's under there? What them thighs looking like? Open up, let me see them thighs. After he see the thighs, what else can I see? So you have to be careful when people start talking about certain things. Ooh, he'd be like, "Michelle, girl, you got some pretty lips." And you be all in the tip like, "I know, right?" This is that red number 37. This is my favorite one. But then he'd be like, every time he's talking about your lips, because in his mind he's thinking, "What's she gonna put them lips on my body?" You gotta think. Every time he talk about them lips, he's looking at where them lips going. Can I kiss them lips? Can them lips kiss me? What's you know what I'm saying? This page. No, Michelle's like, no. But yeah, it's the conversation is everything, and communication is everything. Even when I was younger, I would always say communication is key. I really didn't understand that until I got older. But it really is. If you're very upfront about what you're looking for and what you want, and even if you go on dates or whatever, exactly, then it's hard for people to read between lines that aren't there. And it's, and if they are misunderstanding or misinterpreting what you said, it's always okay to go back and say, "Do you understand that this is what it is?" And there's nothing more, to make sure, because people will be like, "Yes, I heard you say you don't want to date right now." Even though you didn't say that, in their mind, just like the guy told me tonight, he said, "Yeah, I heard you say you didn't want to date me, but I'm thinking if I keep, going this path and trying to take you out 6 months down the line, you'll be wanting me." And I'm like, no, I won't. I'm starting to understand what standards people will remember. Exactly. Michelle, you're going to have to go listen to some of my other videos about setting standards, because if you set them here and keep them here, then everything up under here will fall away. Somebody who doesn't meet that standard, once they realize they don't, you ain't even got to tell them no. They'll check themselves out. You know what, babe? I'm gonna just go on over here because what you looking for, I know that I'm not. I'm going to give a quick example and then I'm going to go because I know I'm getting long-winded. It was probably about 2010, my birthday. I was hanging out in Alabama. My cousin was throwing parties. I'm having a great time. And I'm leaving the club. I clubbed back then. I went out and I was clubbing back then. I went to the club and there was this guy. He was like, hey, lady, can I talk to you? I was like, sure. What you want to talk about? He was like, well, I just want to get to know you, get to know what you all about. And I'm like, well, ask some questions because I could tell you that right now. He was like, so what you doing? Where you live? I was like, yeah, I live in Texas. He was like, can I come live with you? I said, okay, hold that thought. Let's just let me just go and let you know what that entails, okay? Since you want to hang out and kick it with me like that, let me go and lay out the plan so you don't have no question, so you'll know if you can do it or not. He was like, well, baby, I got my own business. I ain't even got to worry about that. Said, okay, well, let me just give you the rundown. You come to Texas, wherever you live, you're going to have an extra $1,200 house note. I got 2 car notes because one mine and one of my sons who's in college. I got 2 daughters that live with me. One's in gymnastics, one sews. So that means every week, gymnastics is $58 a week. Sewing classes is $104 a week. So are you you tallying this up right now? Okay, I got car insurance for 2 cars. I got water bill, light bill, cable bill. I got a couple credit cards that I done maxed out that I'm going to need your help on. Get them back down to a decent level. I know you didn't help me spend it, but that's a part of the road. Okay? So I'm laying all this stuff. He said, wait, baby, wait, hold on. I can't do all that. I was like, okay, so what that mean? You backing out now? You backing out? You don't want to hang out with me anymore? And he was like, no, I could give you a couple $100 here and there, but I can't do all that. I said, well, sir, listen to me. I believe that a man is like a bird. You build the nest, means you provide the home, you provide the shelter, and you bring me to it. You say, hey, look what I got. Not your car. Okay? We can't live in a car. I need a house. Okay? You get the house. If you want us to decorate it together, cool. But I'm going to need the lights to be on. I'm going to need the water to be on. Some cable, something like that. I'm going to need you to build a nest. Bring me to it. I don't want you to just assume that we're going to live in my nest or we're going to put nests together. No. You prepare it and I come live in it. And it's just a simple fact that that's how it should be. As women, we take on that role. We building this. We moving men in. Been there, done that. Okay, won't do it again. But these experiences that we can learn from. So I think it's always great. Exactly. It's always great to set a standard. Make sure you communicate that standard. And when you go out and date or just hang out with somebody, if you say that it's just a friendship, let it just be a friendship. That's right. He got to have his own because you're not coming over here jumping up, laying up on my stuff. I worked hard for this, But, relationships can be a lot easier if we just communicate what we want and stop waiting for the other person to eventually say it. If we just lay out everything from the jump, just like I tell people, if I'm and my ex was moved out in with me. So same here. Exact same situation, Michelle. Exact same thing here. So if we put all our cards out, on the table with our expectations from the beginning, then, we can, I think that's a good foundation to work on because now I know, what I expect and I know what you expect. And so if we talk about the direction that we want to go in together, then we can go from there and we can build stage by stage to get to where we want to go. Otherwise, we wasting our time trying to figure it out. Are we at step 1 or step 2? Or you at step 2 and I'm at step 7? That that misunderstanding, and that misunderstanding can cause a whole lot of problems. And plus, forcing people into relationships can cause problems too. Take it from me, I know. So I hope you guys have enjoyed hanging out with me tonight. I've enjoyed hanging out with you. And hopefully we can do it again soon. I hate to come on this late, but for some reason, this is the time I end up getting on at nighttime. Just for whatever reason, I just, thank you, Michelle. For whatever reason, I end up just hanging out, getting on at this time, but I'm like wide awake. And so I appreciate you. I'm sure I'm going to have something interesting to talk about tomorrow as well. I have interesting ordeals during my day. But thanks again. Share me if you like. I thank you for the hearts. I appreciate it. And if you think I've said something good, then share it with some friends and family. I'm the one that made the video about Katch. Oh, cool. Yay. I think I need this right here. This right here need to be taken care of. I try to do it myself with a mirror. That's why I have to wear my hair down sometimes, because it don't even look right. And I'm like, I can't put my hair up like that. They gonna think I let my children cut my hair. So definitely wherever you are, I'm gonna have to come visit just to see you. So Georgia, cool. I got lots of friends and family in Georgia. It's awesome. Yes. And anytime you in Big Texas, look me up. I'd be glad to hang out with you, because I could tell, great minds think alike. We like-minded, So hopefully tomorrow, I don't know what I'm going to be talking about. I never know day by day. But hopefully we can, talk and kick it and keep in touch. And I'll be looking out for your scopes, and I hope you look out for mine. And don't forget to share me with your friends. If I've helped you or said something that is like, oh, that's true. Please do share. And thank you for so much for hanging out with me. And if you've never been at the end of my broadcast, I love to tell the females that you are beautiful, you're smart, you're creative, you're intelligent, you're loved. And you are needed. You are needed. Thank you. Thank you so much. You are needed. You are great. When I say you are needed, the earth needs you. You are the seed bearer of the earth, and the earth cannot reproduce without you. So you're smart, you're intelligent, you're beautiful, you're creative, and you are needed. Thanks for hanging out with me. I love you.